So hi guys, welcome to Digit. Today we'll be going through the uh, fascinating world of Recommerce. Recommerce, from a limited understanding, is the reselling of previously owned, new or used products. Today, in particular, we'll be talking about Recommerce of smartphones. And to do that, here we have with us Mr. Adarsh Menon. He is the Senior Vice President and Head of New Businesses at Flipkart. So over to you, Adarsh.
Hi, Vasan. I'm very happy to talk to you about what we're doing in the e-commerce business, which is a very exciting new space that at Flipkart we've entered. We have two different customers here. The e-commerce is a game in which you have to understand that both customer cohorts exist, and both have different use cases and different pain points. There is one customer who wants to exchange, and that process is a process full of friction. There is one customer who wants to buy a new phone but is not sure whether the phone that he is going to get is good quality or not, right? So both are very different cohorts of customers. Both have very different kinds of pain points, right? 100% of our bandwidth, 100% of our effort is going towards understanding these two different cohorts of customers, understanding their pain points and solving for them. Right? So today we refurbish about 50,000-60,000 units a month, and we are scaling that up to 2 lakh units a month. And that's happening because we are seeing increased demand coming in from the market for those refurbished goods. The actual price of what your used phone is, that is not going to be a process where two people are haggling and negotiating, but it is something that will be determined by a diagnostic app, right? That Mantra has built and run successfully over many, many years, right? So this app is installed on your old phone, just by the click of the button, will actually run several diagnostic checks to check how the quality of the old phone is, and will give 10 options of the price depending on where the quality is at.
So, what all quality checks would be involved? Matlab, if you could explain a couple of them.
Multiple quality checks, right? And completely the objective of this is to remove human intervention. Right? So that.
How old the returning phones can be? As in, is there a duration limit?
No, there is no duration limit at all. So depending on, irrespective of however old the old phone is, the diagnostic will run. It will check various things in the phone. It will check obviously for brand and IMEI. It will check for whether the GPS is working, the Bluetooth is working, the camera is working, the touchscreen is working, the front camera, back camera, both are working, right? Multiple checks it will run. It's a diagnostic app, right? Now imagine without this diagnostic app, the discussion is a very opaque discussion.
Yeah.
Right? The buyer will always say the value is less. The seller will always say the value is more. Right? So this process completely removes that human error process, and it's a diagnostic technology-led process that tells you the value of the old phone. See, when the consumer behavior is, when a consumer buys a new phone and exchanges his old phone, he doesn't want to do it on the spot. Right? He wants time. Typically, there are two use cases. He wants time to get used to the new phone, and hence he wants to keep his old phone for some more time almost as a backup. The second is he wants to transfer data from his old phone, do a factory reset, and he wants to do it at his own convenience. Right? He doesn't want to do it over the counter saying, give old phone, take new phone, remove it, right? What we are doing gives the consumers 10 days to take data backup, to do factory reset, to get used to the new phone before he finally hands over the old phone. Is we have access to world-class refurbishment facilities. So we have a refurbishment factory that sits in Noida, that's run by Yantra, that we are now scaling up to 2 lakh units a month, right? What that factory does is takes in all of the used phones that comes, repairs, refurbishes, repackages, and then sells into trade. For consumers to come and buy those used products, we give a warranty of 1 year on every used phone that we sell, right? Which gives customers the safety net that in case the used phone turns bad, in case something goes wrong, they can always go back to the retailer and exercise that warranty that we are giving them, right? So what we are trying to do here is give consumers access to high quality used devices through our refurbishment processes, and also solve for their peace of mind in case something goes wrong with the phone. They know that they can exercise the 1 year warranty. If you just look at what gets generated in India every year by way of e-waste, that's close to 20 million tons, right? For mobiles, appliances, electronics. That's a big number, right? And that number can very quickly shoot up if one doesn't keep a tab on it. So what we want to do by running this business responsibly is also bring that number down, right? Because we are quite clear that if a phone can be refurbished, we will refurbish it and hence not contribute to e-waste. If a phone is actually dead, and we get some of those as well, and I think you were also asking a little bit around that earlier. If a phone is dead, we actually make sure that we take the spare parts out of it and regenerate it, right? And hence reduced e-waste. So a big benefit to all of this is also how we contribute to the environment and reduce e-waste. See, we believe that the value conscious consumer who wants to buy a refurbished smartphone, we believe that market is large all over the country, right? That consumer exists in metros, that consumer exists in the smallest tier 4 sort of city in India. But if I just look at where we predict the growth to come from, we expect the growth to come more from tier 3 and tier 2 and below, tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4, because that is where I think more and more non-internet users will start the internet universe. Right? And when they want to enter the internet universe, they need a smartphone. And that is where these products will start playing a big role in their lives. We think that we've understood this market well enough. We've taken some time in doing so. We have a very, very good partner in Yantra, who's a company that we acquired last year. They understand Recommerce very well, deep capabilities in refurbishment and diagnostics, all of that. So we are very optimistic about this industry going forward. We don't have exact numbers that we can share, but it's a business that we've called out as being a big part of our growth plans going forward. And by the way, not just in smartphones, while that is a lead category, but also in other categories like laptops, televisions, air conditioners, refrigerators, washing machines, all of these categories where there is an exchange and a used goods market.
All the best, Adarsh.
Thank you, Vasan. Thank you. Nice meeting you. Thanks for your time.